So in my last videos, I talked to you about coloring books, and in this video, I want to show you another resource that you can use to create amazing coloring books. And I also want to give you a few tips on how to make your coloring books more interesting. Hello, home bosses. My name is Nouri Yacobi from thehomeboss.com. Welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you to make money online from self-publishing. So let me show you what I found on Amazon that made me think that the coloring book niche is absolutely perfect for us because we can never run out of ideas. There are just so many book ideas that I can think of, and I just want to show you what I found that inspired me for this video. And the book that I found was this book here, Large Print, Easy Color and Frame. So first of all, I'm sure you have also just seen that this is a ring-bound book, and of course we can't create ring-bound books on Amazon, but there are companies that can do that, for example Lulu, and you could publish through Lulu and then list those books on Amazon. But if we didn't want to do all that, let's just look at this book and ignore the ring-bound feature. But we can be inspired by this book and not have the same binding, and we can just use Amazon's paperback version of it. So the first thing that I noticed is that it said large print. And when I see coloring books that have that title, I always think, well, why is it large print? Because normally there's not much writing in a coloring book. And when I looked at the reviews of this book, I realized that people who are visually a little bit impaired, people who can't see things very well maybe, they found this book really helpful because it wasn't so much the print that was large, but the images were large. There was not a lot of very fine detail that they had to color in, but they were bold images, and they were easy for people to color in who are visually not seeing things very well anymore. We all get older, me included. I need glasses when I color in anything, and I think I would find that pretty useful too if I had a coloring book that had larger images and not so much very small detail. And of course, this isn't a KDP book, so we can't have a look inside, but we can have a look at the inside when we hover over these images. So you can see here this image is very straightforward, it's very clear, you can color it in easily without having too many intricate little bits to color in. This one again is the same. This one here is a little bit more intricate, but it's still very clear for people, even if they have to use glasses or can't see the finer detail very well. It's still an okay page to color in. And the other thing I really liked about it was that it said on the cover, easy color and frame. And I really liked that because that was an idea I hadn't thought of. You could color in the pages and then you could carefully cut them out and frame them and hang them on your wall. And that would be a really nice way to showcase your artwork. So I always like to look at the reviews to see what people are saying about it. And you can see some colored in here, and they really like it. They say things like it's very relaxing, pretty pictures, great coloring book, nice images and decent paper, nice coloring book. So everybody seems to really like it. This one here is the one that made me think about this whole niche, because she said, good if you have poor vision. I used to love the adult coloring books, but now I have tunnel vision and cataracts, and I thought I can't do them anymore, which was disappointing. So this lady has a problem with her eyesight, and she finds this type of coloring book really useful. And I think that is what we need to do. We need to produce coloring books that are niched down and that are maybe helpful for people who can't really color in a normal coloring book, whatever that is, but they need different types of coloring books that might have bigger images, something a bit more bold. And I think that is a really great niche. So I wanted to explore this a bit further. And while I do that, I want to show you a great tool that I use very often for my book creation, and that is from the Self-Publishing Titans, and it's the Titans Quick View extension. You can see it here. You can download it from the Self-Publishing Titans site, and I will leave a link below this video. And this is really helpful because I can type in a niche that I'm interested in. So I typed in coloring book large print, and then it gives me the information that I need to make a decision. And what I really like is this scoring system here. So it says that the demand is 6 and the opportunity is 5. So the higher the demand, the better. And the higher the opportunity, the better as well. So 6 and 5 are kind of in the middle, but I really like that. And the reason for that is because it says here the opportunity scoring analysis is meant to help guide you to see if the niche might be good and worthwhile for you. So the higher the number, the better. And opportunity would also be an indication of how worthwhile the niche is and how easy it might be to rank on page 1. So 0 would be the lowest. If this showed 0, then I would really think about it. But I think 5 is a really good number because it's kind of in the middle, and it is a niche that I'm considering to publish in. And there's also other information here, and that just gives me a really good overview. There is another tool that I use, and that is the Self-Publishing Titans Pro. So this is the Titans Pro. I've clicked it here. I've installed the Quick View and the Pro on my browser. And as you can see, I'm in incognito mode, and you can just activate that and it works in incognito as well. You even have a feature where you can download all the suggestions. And I know that Amazon gives you a drop down as well, but it's not as detailed and as large as the Titans Pro version. You get a lot more information here. And what I really like about it is I can then filter by the highest demand, the highest opportunity. So for example, I could click here and now I've got the keywords with the highest demand. And don't forget, these are all keywords that people have typed into the search bar. So we know that people are looking for these books. What a keyword is really just the words that people type in to find books. And the Titans Pro gives you a list of all the relevant keywords that people have actually typed in. And not only that, but it then scores it to give you an idea of the opportunity for the niche and the demand. And that is absolutely fantastic. There are tools out there that do that, but they are a lot more expensive, and I think this does the job brilliantly. And what I usually do is I go through these, and sometimes I get ideas for new type of books, for other coloring books. So here, this one, coloring book large print, seems to have a high demand, and the opportunity score is really good as well. I mean, higher than 5 would be amazing, but 5 to me is a really good score already. So I just want to show you another really good resource that you can use to create your coloring books. Last time I showed you another resource that was really good with ready-made images, and today I want to show you an actual app or software that can do this for you. And again, it's from Self-Publishing Titans, and I'll quickly show you how it works. So now we're on the Self-Publishing Titans website, and I'm quickly going to go into the Coloring Book Maker. So this is the Self-Publishing Titans Coloring Book Maker, and it's really easy to use. And the way I would start is to choose my page size. So on the left hand side here you have your menu, and you go on to page sizes, and you choose the size that you want to make your coloring book in. And in this case we're going to choose 8.5 by 11. And please bear in mind that this Coloring Book Maker creates the sizes for the bleed option. So don't forget to tick bleed when you upload your book to Amazon KDP. And once you've decided on the size, we can then go on the category section here And as you can see, there are lots of categories to choose from. You can also search for images in the search bar, and I just want to show you how many different images there are. So for this video, I thought of creating a coloring book about sweet treats, and I want the images to be quite bold and quite easy to color in for people who might not be able to see the little fine details. So let's click on sweet treats and see what happens. And now you can see all the images that are available. And the important thing is we want to create a coloring book that is unique and that nobody else has. So the way to do that is to combine a lot of these images. So don't use these images as a standalone. Try and combine different ones together. And I'll show you how to do that. So for example, for this page, I quite like this simple image of a piece of cake. So I've clicked on it and it's now on my canvas, and now I can make it smaller and place it where I want it to go. And I want to add something, so let's add another piece of cake. Can't have too much cake. So now I've added this one, and we'll make it a bit smaller, and we can place it over the cake that we've already got. I think this would look really good colored in. So when you put your images together, think about how it would look when people color it in. And then the other good thing about this coloring book creator is there are lots of backgrounds we can choose from. So if we type in background, it gives you a selection of backgrounds that we can use, and you can really choose whatever you feel is appropriate for this niche. So there's a lot of floral backgrounds here, but we could also have something really simple like this one here. Let's try that. And we can then send it backwards so that the cake images come forward. So there is one coloring page, and I think there is a lot of fine detail here, but it's not too fine. I think it's okay to have in a bold coloring book. You don't have to have the background, but I think it adds something to it. So in this video I want to show you how you could make a whole coloring book with the Self-Publishing Titans coloring book maker. And of course you can add the backgrounds like this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a page with a coloring in image, and then on the opposite page I'm going to have some text and the backgrounds. So I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to get rid of this background, and I'm going to add another page. You can do that here. You have your second page, so you can see at the bottom of your canvas every page that you create is shown here. So the next page I'm going to use this and then have a little quote. So I go in the text box here, add text, and I'm going to make something related to food. And you can choose the font that you would like. There's loads of fonts to choose from, so this is really pretty. We could have something like this, but I quite like to color in the fonts as well. So I'm going to choose something that's very simple. And then I can go on effects and I can choose a hollow effect for this. And now it looks like you can color in this text as well. And you can choose a darker black for your font. You can make it bold as well, and then choose the effect again. And I think I'm quite happy with this. I think if I wanted to take my time and make this better, I would probably choose an image that is less bold, that matches the outline of this font. I'll see if I can do that by reducing the opacity, and I can do that up here. I think that matches the font a little bit better. So now we have two pages side by side. This is our first page, this is our second page, and now I'm going to create more pages and show you how I would create the whole book. But I'm just going to speed up the video and you can watch how I do it so you know how to create your own book. So now I've created a 47-page coloring book, and it was quite easy with this coloring book maker. And of course you can take your time and make this book even better. I've rushed this process just to show you how easy it is in principle, but of course you can add your own images as well. You can upload them here to this program, and you can make sure that all the pages have got the same line strength, add more coloring pages, make it a better book, and then all you have to do is create the cover and maybe a copyright page. And all we have to do now is to go on this download button, click that, and this will download the whole book as a PDF that you can then upload onto Amazon. And remember to upload with Bleed. I've made the back of the coloring page blank in case the ink bleeds through, and most coloring books that are published on Amazon KDP have got that because the paper is a little bit thin. So here is our coloring book, and I've made it, as I said, one page is the actual coloring in page, and then the other page is a quote. You could also use little poems, you could use little stories. It's completely up to you, but it makes the coloring book a little bit more interesting. And they can also color in these pages with the quotes. So that is now ready to upload onto Amazon KDP, and you can create the cover in Canva. And I think this is a great resource to make your coloring books, especially these type of coloring books that are very simple images, very bold, and that are easy to color in. And a lot of people have listed them as large print, but actually they should be called bold or easy to color in, something like that. And you can find all the tools mentioned in this video on the Self-Publishing Titans website, and it also tells you what else they have. They have a lot of free publishing tools as well, so I really recommend that you check them out. I think they're really easy to use, and it's very good of them to give us all these free tools as well. So the ones I use a lot are the research tools. They are absolutely perfect. The Deep View and the Retro View are really good tools because they can reverse engineer the keywords for you as well. And of course the creative tools, there's puzzle book tools, there's a KDP masterclass, which if you haven't published any books on Amazon KDP before, I can really recommend that as a starting point. And you've got a page with all the pricing, so you can either pay monthly and access these like a subscription type, or you can also buy most of these outright. So this would be a lifetime bundle, or you can buy the individual items. So if you're interested in any of these tools, just go on the Self-Publishing Titans site. I will leave a link below the video where you can find all of these tools, and especially the coloring book maker. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you've got any questions at all, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.